Hello again, metalheads. We're pushing towards the end of February and it's hurtling towards spring very, very quickly. I've finished second gridding the Hill of Plenty, which is that one just behind my shoulder. And what a field that turned out to be. Gold, silvers everywhere, all sorts of artifacts. Now, I've come back over onto this field, which I started in June last year. But I was up to my armpits basically in thistles. The landowner, he's had it all sprayed off, mowed, clean canvas to go at. I could probably only get at about 60% of the field. Well, maybe 40% of the field. So there's plenty left in here. Let's go again. Let's see what's here still. Catch you shortly.
Blah 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 blah.
So last time out, I came to grief with my beloved Blackadder Gladius spade. Managed to break it completely. Really gutted, disappointed. So I rang Blackadder, spoke to Nathan. He was very, very kind, obliging. He's helping the channel out. Sorted us out with a special price on a brand new spade. So we can carry on digging, carry on making these videos. Thank you so much, Nathan. It's really appreciated. So here we go then, metalheads. All ready for another dig in the field. Brand spanking new Blackadder Gladius spade. So there's a big thank you very much to Nathan at Blackadder for helping me out, getting me back in the fields and keeping the channel running for your entertainment. So let's get this opened up and get out digging. There we go, metalheads. First decent find with the new spade. Glad to be back on this field as it goes. I reckon that that's some kind of leather mount, whether it's a strap end, a belt decoration, a horse harness decoration, but I'd say there's some age to that. Stick my neck out, say possibly medieval. There is Roman activity in the bottom end of this field where I am now, so could that possibly be Roman? I don't know, I'm just grabbing at straws here, but that's a nice decorated piece. I like that. Oh yes, and how could I forget? The noise is back out with me today. Young Barnaby. He's on his first stick of the field. He's not been out detecting for quite a while because I've been on land where there's animals kept. But this little scamp is back with us. Okay. Let's play sticks. And I'm plagued with this all session. We're on the hammered! We're on the hammered! We're on the hammered! The first one of the year! Yes! Okay, metalheads. This is what the 1, 2, 3rd row of the field. I think we might be onto something here. Let's take a look. That's certainly thin enough. I reckon we might be onto a little tiny hammer here. Let's give it a wipe over. Yeah, get in. I haven't had one for months. It's looking pretty toasted. But let's get out the good old faithful Suffolk squirter and give her a clean up. Definitely a hammered coin. Totally wasted on that side. But let's turn her over and try and find a pointy stick or something. Try to hold a bit of focus. You can see what remains of a little line of dots around the outside. Very little detail to that, but in the right light I think that might well be a sterling penny, long cross penny. Well, no, I'm not even going to say a penny, I'm going to say a farthing. It's that small. Let's put it down. There's my little fingernail next door to comparison. That's teeny tiny, but it's the first hammered of 2023. Get in there, Custard Crusader. Well, I've not had a decent buckle in a long time. They're a bit thin on the ground up on a hill of plenty, but this one's rather nice. See, look, it's got some decoration to it. Georgian, probably. Good to be on a nice buckle again. Now then, there's a thumper that'll give you quite an headache. Decent sized musket ball. There's plenty of activity on this field. I just couldn't get at it last time I was here. Too many bloody thistles. Yes, metalheads, we've got another part of a leather mount here. See the spike on it? Not much left of it to decipher as to what on earth it was. But there again, probably quite some age to that piece. Yeah, it's good to be back on this field. Oh, I'm liking it. What is it with this field? It seems to be full of leather mounts. There's another one, look, bent over. Little oval lozenge shaped thing. Nothing spectacular, but hey, it's better than digging lead and scrap. Well, there's a big banger of a halfpenny, and it's an old one as well. Look, you just make out the monarch facing to the right. George the First, that. Give it a tumble. I've washed it down. You see the thicker outer rim around the outside. That's indicative of George the First. While it was wet, I did get a date off the bottom there. I think 1723. There's Britannia. That one is definitely going to get Operation Pink stuff, and you ain't going to believe how well that comes up. That's got a fair bit of potential, that coin. Cool. Back-to-back coins, but unfortunately featureless this time, judging by the thickness and the colour. I'd say Georgian again, but there ain't no hope for that one. He's still got his original stick. We've been out about 3 hours now. He's run himself ragged, looks exhausted. Bless him. You been having fun, Barney? Have you? You want more stick? Okay, you can have more stick. He's a good boy. Noisy, but good. There's still coins coming off the Hill of Plenty right till the very end. Modern pre-decimal this time. Portcullis Strupney bit. So that's got to be the late Queen Elizabeth II. Yeah, you just make out her shoulder and neckline. Little ponytail to the back. Modern, but coinage. Well, of all the finds we get, they don't come much smaller than these things, I don't think. Little watch winder. Size of that sat on my index finger. Really low signal. Barely scratching 48, 50. But clean enough that it was worth a dig. Cool. Time to get on. Back-to-back buckles, but this one's a lot more ornate. Look at the patination on that. Don't know whether it was a D buckle or whether it would have continued this side, make it into more of a spectacle shape. That would have been fancy in its day, wouldn't it, eh? I like that. Another cool historic find. A very primitively made spindle wall here. Now this takes my memory back to being here last June. I had some airbrained scheme that there might be some kind of settlement on this field, just because of a couple of the finds that I had. Well, this is adding strength to that theory. Whether I'm true or not is a different matter. Well, this field has turned very, very quiet on me. I've done 6, 8 rows, a couple of buttons, very little else in here, and then wallop, I'm straight in on this. Little diamond shaped leather mount. Certainly looks old and handcrafted, but quite how old, I just don't know. Nice though, when you're digging nothing. Oh yes, metalheads, he's only gone and done it again. More or less the same place as the last one came off, in June. Another Roman coin. Right, smack bang down this bottom end of the bloody field. And I had a Roman nail file off here. It ain't too clever that side, but I think we can see a neck coming up here and some hairline. Turn her over and have a look. Oh yes, we're there, aren't we, eh? There's something definitely going on here. Let's get a pointy thing so that my finger doesn't throw us out of focus. Look, there's a figure stood there. Something going on in the foreground here. Possibly another figure there. Oh yes, 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 yes. Fucking Roman, love it, love it. The size of that, it's a thumping great big thing. It's either a Cistercius or a Dupondius. Just as I was moaning that not much was coming up. Boom! Done it again. The Custard Crusader, rocking the Romans. And then bringing things back a little bit more realistic, from the days of the Romans up to a small pistol shot. Still good history though, and the field's livened up. And another coin. That's pretty unmistakable. Let's get a bit of glint of light on it. monarch facing to the right. Unmistakably George the First. Bear with me. Unmistakably Barney the First. Kicking off about his stick as always. Let's deal with him and get back to this coin. Yeah, George the First, early 1700s. Not going to get much more off it than that. The reverse, pretty featureless, but another really half decent coin. I'm happy. So the Custard Crusader, the king of the scrotals, has struck again. Yet another crotal bell this side of the village. Unfortunately, it's had a dirty great lump whacked out of the side of it, so it's only good for the scrap fines tint. Unfortunately not a dinger this time, but boy how many have I had over the last 12 months. Pushing 10 maybe, full ones, broken ones. It's just a shame that one has seen too much of the plough. And here we go with another coin. George III, the little p-head version. They're 1806, 1807, half pennies. We just about make out Britannia on the reverse there. Not the best of conditions. I don't really know whether that'll come up any better with the pink stuff. But a coin is a coin, so they tell me. A little spectacle buckle, or was a spectacle buckle. Unfortunately, the plough's done that in as well. Little tiny one, probably medieval. The fines are thin on the ground in this field, but they are bloody old. Worth the perseverance. Perseverance. Well, the field's gone awfully quiet for quite a few rows. I'll say awfully quiet. He's never awfully quiet. Right, let's get him off with his stick, then I can talk to you properly. Off he goes. Absolute belting great signal. 92, 94. A halfpenny token. It's writing all the way around the outside of it. Operation Pink stuff will reveal more when I get home. That's rather cool. Late 1700s, I should imagine. I think I'm going to make that the last one of the session. I've done another 3 or 4 rows. What have we got here? Is that upside down? Token shilling, is it saying across there? It's absolutely had it. It's been severely bent by the plough. That side's not too clever. We might try some drastic action on that when I get home. Put it between 2 pieces of wood and pummel the living daylights out of it with a hammer. See if we can straighten it. And then have a go with the... Oh, hang on. Am I seeing across the bottom 18... then 1 something? 1810s? As it's drying, it's getting clearer. Bank token, shilling 18... I don't know. Intriguing. Let's see if I can get some more off that at home. Right, that about does it for the field. I'm going home for a clean up and a round up. See you shortly. Well, yet again, another 4 rows with nothing. And then all of a sudden this fancy little piece. Really unsure on that. Looks like it might have housed something in the bottom. I wonder if that's a little old fob seal maybe. for sealing your wax on an envelope, maybe. Quite ornate. Yeah, that's pulled a crisp focus on it. Yeah, I'm going to put that down to being a fob seal. Cool. That's a really cool little find. Look at that. You know what I think that is? I think that's a toy cannon. It's not one of those that you can load up and fire. I don't think. It's too small for that. It'll blow itself to pieces. Or is it? Let me poke something down there, see if there's a little fuse hole. Hang on. Oh yes, metalheads, fuck me old boots it is. It's a little teeny tiny one and I've always wanted to find one of them. There's the fuse hole. The barrel's hollow. So I'm going to have to mix myself up some black powder and get this little bastard fucking going bang again. Oh dear, wrong thing in the wrong hands. Oh, that has got to be the best find in ages. Barney, are you excited as I am? Even Barney's excited. We've got a toy cannon. Yes! Love it. So metalheads, we're back home with the roundup video. The finds board is laden, but bear in mind all this lot has come up over perhaps 3 weekends of detecting. There's certainly some quality here. So from the top, oodles of buttons, quite a fair old bit of pottery, mainly blue glaze stuff. That piece of earthenware looks quite interesting, a rim sherd. Various lead pieces, couple of musket balls. There we've got a spindle wall, probably some good age to that. Couple of bridle rings. Yet another crotal, unfortunately that one's busted out. Broken thimble, couple of buckles. This one's cleaned up really quite nicely, look at that. Probably Georgian, 1700s. We've got some leather mounts. Patina on that piece looks fairly old. Little watch winder. Coins. Modern Queen Elizabeth II. Couple of George I. Early 1700s. That one unidentifiable. These tokens have come up really nicely. Birmingham and Swansea, halfpenny token. Rose's Copper Company, 1811. George III. A bank token, 3 shillings, 1814. This piece, I'm convinced that that once was a fob seal. It would have had an intaglio in the bottom there. First one of those I've ever found, so I'm quite chuffed with that. Then on to the finest. A little really worn hammered. There's a Tudor shield on the back. Next to nothing on the obverse. I reckon that's a little Elizabeth I penny. So late 1500s. This huge great Roman Sestercius. I've been able to ID this one. This is Faustina II. There on the reverse you can see a goddess with an altar in between and 3 legionary standards to the left. Now that dates from 160 AD, so nearly 1,900 years old. Beauty. But this is the winner in my mind. Real bucket lister. I've had the pink stuff up on it, cleaned it up a treat. Little live fire cannon. You put your black powder and a teeny tiny ball bearing in there. Prime it with a fuse in that top hole there, and kaboom. Now I need to make a little carriage for that to sit on before I start messing around with pyrotechnics, but I'm sure we're going to get a video how to get that little thing going bang again. Absolutely loved that to bits. So top drawer finds there, I'd say, metalheads. Let's see what we can have up on the next adventure. Thanks for watching.